The most important thing, I think, is just a whole discussion about fair value, and I think a lot of us have had to face our CEOs and CFOs in regards to write-downs of specific assets, and even outside of the SBA world. And so our CEOs are coming back and saying, why do I have to take this write down? Why can't I get the type of gains that I've had in the past? And why is my SBA program not as profitable as it used to be? And so there have been a lot of different things that have come out in the press about both the staff positions, the FAS 157-3 and FAS 157-4, and those are somewhat of a kind of a get-out-of-jail-free type of card, and your CEOs or others within your organization might be saying, well, can't I just ignore current transactions in determining fair value within my SBA? Can't I just make my own assumptions? And it's clearly you have to go through the two staff positions and spend quite a bit of time and make a determination that if you think that current quotes and or pricing mechanism, if you feel like those are not representative of what market participants would want, then you might, in fact, actually get some relief from having to write those particular assets down. However, my personal opinion in going through the staff positions and observing what's been going on in the SBA secondary market, and I think Bob Judge put it pretty succinctly to me, is that he basically said that the market is depressed. However, we are still seeing transactions in an orderly fashion, and even though the number of transactions has declined, there's still a sufficient number of transactions that have occurred within the fourth quarter and the first quarter of last year and this year. We've seen enough transactions that I don't think we can really justify moving away from what we've been seeing as far as actual market type of transactions.
Well, I think that the market has come back significantly since the beginning of the year. You have loans, say a 2 3/4 25-year, that's the bid is approaching 107, where that bid might have been 102 or even lower at the end of 2008. So the market has come back significantly. In fact, we sell loans for lenders, and where we would get 1 or 2 bids at the end of the year, now we receive 8, 9, 10 bids. So we've actually seen the market's a lot deeper. There's a lot more involvement in it, and a big part of it, I think, is that people are seeing that or anticipating these programs working, and that will have a positive impact on the market. So pool assemblers are running ahead of the market a bit because they want to be there when the TALF is functional as well as the lending facility and maybe even the TARP. Another thing that's been helpful is that LIBOR has come down significantly, especially in the last couple of weeks, and that's a welcome relief to the investor community as well as the pool assemblers. So that the market is starting to correct itself naturally. Obviously, the TALF and the lending facilities and everything else have had a background impact on higher prices, and it's important that they work because it is part of the calculus that the pool assemblers are using when determining what their bids are, as well as the investors determining whether to get involved. So the market is definitely headed in the right direction. It remains to be seen how much higher it will go, but again, to go much higher, I think you really have to have the TALF to really work significantly in the lending facility to be active.
Our market is actually recovering without any of I shouldn't say without any of the stimulus package, but it's coming together right now for 3 things. First is the obvious, 3-month LIBOR is coming down 2 basis points a day. It's within 20 basis points of its historical relationship to prime, and it's very clear that spread is going to normalize in the next few weeks. The second item is when you look at competing products in the marketplace, everything was trading at a very wide spread to treasuries. All the other products have come in now. So the final piece to that puzzle is investors are sitting there looking at the amount of treasuries that are being issued, and it's an enormous amount of supply that's hitting the market, which creates a fear of rising interest rates. And so those are the 3 reasons I see our market improving today. And as far as the production of new SBA loans, by raising the guarantee percentage, it's made it more profitable for lenders to make the loans now. So the lenders aren't going to require the same premiums, the 110 premiums we had a year ago, to maintain their profit margins.
What we've done is we've plotted prices. And so what you see here are two lines which indicate where premiums are, assuming a loan is new, so very little seasoning. And what you see here is, not surprisingly, you see a break where the market was back in May. We see the accentuated credit crisis really setting in the early September period. And then you see we're coming back out of it. We are seeing our way out of this from a pricing perspective. We're seeing deals on GovGex, as Bob mentioned, coming up to the 107 level.